Hey everyone, I'm Courtney Courtwright. Thanks for joining me for 9 on the positive side today. This story shows how boundaries are meant to be overcome. Running without fear. That's what the North Carolina student athlete is proving every time he laces up his sneakers. Jake Eichstead shares why the Wilmington track star says you don't have to see to keep moving forward.
When the race starts, this is what we see and hear. While Sincere hears the same, this is what he sees. The 15-year-old has a visual impairment and he cannot see, but he says that won't stop him from realizing his goals.
My mom always told me to never let people tell you that you can't do anything, and really I just that's a motto that's just really stuck with me. When you have this visual impairment, there are going to be obstacles everywhere. There's going to be things and challenges that you're going to have to face throughout your lifetime, but you have to learn to trust God and just believe that you have the strength to do anything. And
he had never played organized sports before going out for track. Sincere says it's something he wanted to do, but couldn't do it alone. That's where his lifelong friends and now teammates, Edward and Caden, step in. They run alongside of Sincere, giving him a literal and metaphorical hand.
Me and Sincere are friends out of school, so he told me he was going to do this, and I was like, yeah, go for it, totally. I was definitely going to help out with that.
I run laps with him, I help him with his workout, and it feels rewarding. You're able to help someone with something that it would be much more difficult to achieve on their own.
Those guys are a blessing to him, and you know, just you can tell they're going to be great people because of what they're doing now.
Coach McKee says in his 15 years at Ashley, he's never had a runner like Sincere, and having Sincere on the team has helped the team more than the team has helped him.
He's got to be a brave kid to even attempt what he's doing. So, you know, it's just inspiration to me, and he teared me up a couple first practices and I had to do this with him too. So, you know, it's definitely been a fun ride with him.
Just goes to show that really anything is possible, and you can do it if you put your mind and your heart to it, and you push through the pain and the suffering and the difficulty, and you'll get it just like everybody else.
It really proves that if you just do the work hard at it every day. Like even after practice, he would ask, hey, Ed, what's a workout for core? And I'd give him one. He did it at home. He'd call me, say, hey, am I doing this right? And he did it when he wasn't at school. He put all of his time into it, and he improved from it.
it's just been a really great experience, and I've broken a lot of my PRs. My time is cut down.
Such an inspiring story. Now, by the way, Sincere had a personal record again in the 100. He hopes he can go to college for track, but he also has a big dream as a musician. He plays the cello and piano, and to be an engineer. Oh, and by the way, he also gets all A's.
To have a job and working with weekends, communicate with people, serve coffee.
Olivia Murray is looking forward to working at Awaken Coffee in Greenville when they open their doors in the city. Their mission is to employ adults with developmental and intellectual disabilities. They strive to promote not only their skills, but also confidence. They started renovations to their building off West 14th Street. Once those are done, they'll have 20 part-time employees and 20 volunteers.
We expect them to do the job that anybody else would do. So once they understand the expectations, they can rise to those, and with good training in a safe environment, and that's what we will provide.
If you like coffee, you might have a new spot. They're still raising money for some of their costs. If you'd like to donate, we have a link posted on our website, WNCT.com. A North Carolina woman is getting ready to move into a new home after Habitat for Humanity built her a new one. It's the first time the organization has built a home in the historic Black neighborhood, Dreamland Park. Hazel Grifton can now call this house that you're seeing right there on Emerald Street home. She's a cancer survivor with lingering health issues. She says living in a second-floor apartment over the years has not been easy, but she's so thankful to now be officially a homeowner.
I'm very happy because, for number one, I'm glad that I'm becoming a homeowner. You know, I stopped my mortgage I won't have to pay rent anymore. I have my own yard, you know, have my own driveway, and, you know, I just have a home that I can, you know, just be here for the rest of my life and leave to my family.
Both Habitat for Humanity and United Way hope to bring more homes to the area.
They think we're crazy, and I'm all for it. We are little daredevils and love getting out of our comfort zone.
My friends are just astonished every time I show them pictures. It's just something that you don't hear of a lot of times, so, but we love it.
While some students are taking sports, music, or art for their extracurricular activities, others are taking them to new heights. Check this out. Here at Pitt Greenville Airport, they're taking flight lessons at Dillon's Aviation. These young pilots all come from different backgrounds, from having a passion to fly to following in the footsteps of some of their family members. Bradley Sawyer is their flight instructor. He says it's a joy to pass on what he knows and also learn too.
I enjoy it. It keeps my skills sharp, and you know, I like sharing this gift of aviation with these young people, and I hope to inspire and empower them to pursue and achieve their own dreams as well.
To learn more, you can go to our website, WNCT.com. You can find this story under our online originals page.
What does it take to be National Teacher of the Year? I'm Michael George, and we'll introduce you to the winner and find out what he thinks makes a great teacher.
And a little later, a sight to see in Winston-Salem, how a former middle school has become the ultimate closet for anything your heart desires to be. A man from Ohio can now add 2022 National Teacher of the Year to his list of accomplishments. Michael George sat down with the winner to find out what makes him so special to his students.
Are you sure? You positive?
History teacher Kurt Russell's students at Oberlin High School in Ohio already know he's one of a kind.
He's like the best teacher I've ever had.
Now the whole country knows too. Russell was selected by the Council of Chief State School Officers as this year's National Teacher of the Year.
I'm nervous, excited, I'm humbled. There are so many great teachers out there, and just to be selected as National Teacher of the Year is mind-blowing.
It's like he commands like your attention.
He is so passionate about what he teaches.
Marcus Garvey is saying the same thing.
I asked Russell what his secret is.
I believe what I have is what other great teachers have. That we have love for our students, that we have a passion for teaching.
At a time when some are trying to ban teachers from discussing racism in the classroom, Russell regularly introduces discussions with his students about race, culture, and representation.
Students are more than capable of having these conversations, and they want to have it.
He does a really good job of fostering conversations where everyone can have a perspective, and that perspective is totally valid.
A teacher who challenges and engages his students and earns their respect. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Russell will also have an opportunity to visit the White House and meet President Joe Biden and fellow teacher Dr. Jill Biden. Lenore County Public Schools is honoring Pauline Lindo as Teacher of the Year. She's been a teacher for the past 5 years at E.B. Frink Middle School in LaGrange. As LCPS Teacher of the Year, Lindo will now represent the district in the regional competition in December. Very exciting. A State Teacher of the Year will be chosen from regional winners. Trying to help patients feel their best. Ahead on 9 on the positive side, how a Virginia woman is using flowers to bring a little joy. And later. Another special birthday celebration. A community in New York is ringing in 109 for a birthday girl. We'll tell you more. A former school in Winston-Salem has become the ultimate closet where you can be anything you want to be. Chad Tucker takes us inside.
I mean, it is like walking through history.
Right.
And Tara Rosinski,
is our time-traveling tour guide.
You know, the ancient Egypt had that high waistline, the Romans and the Greeks.
Through the hallways and many closets of the Little Theater costume shop.
You know, the doublet, the spencerette, little tiny hats.
Yes, it's a woman's dream. I've got like 5 closets and walls of shoes.
Drowsy chaperone.
She can help you transform
The Scarlet Pimpernel, a story about the French Revolution.
into just about anyone.
Vests, shoes, accessories.
Oh, yes.
Gosh, there's just so much. This is where we build the costumes.
Tara and a team of staff and volunteers provide for every Little Theater show.
Most actors do enjoy the costuming because it does help them get into character.
But that's not all.
There we go, that's a great one. Oh, yeah, right?
From Napoleon to the king himself. Thank you very much. Even the Easter Bunny pops up here. The Little Theater's collection includes 10 to 15,000 pieces.
These are classrooms that we've converted into wardrobe closets that are full of magic.
So we've got a wide variety of shoes.
An inventory starting decades ago.
Pantaloons, fall front pants, pumpkin breeches, small waist to the drop waist.
With donations from many local families.
It's a great collection of stuff.
And items handmade.
The pumpkin pants I was telling you about.
By folks like Tara.
You can walk in and get a 5-minute history lesson on clothing just by walking down the hall.
These extensive closets are open for rentals to schools, churches,
Frankenstein boots.
Even you and me.
It's a hidden museum of the life and history of Winston-Salem that also provides great art to the community.
And it's fun to make things.
Since the beginning of theater, costumes have helped those on stage take on the character they're portraying. Oh, yes. And here, you can go home as whoever you want to be. In Winston-Salem, North Carolina, I'm Chad Tucker.
Wow, that's just, imagine having access to that. One designer is making sure everyone can cosplay at comic book shows like Planet Comic Con. Lon Davis celebrates and creates elaborate costume for kids who use walkers and wheelchairs. It started in 2015 when he made one for his son's preschool Halloween party. It was a hit and led to Davis's new mission. He says the costumes can make the kids feel an instant sense of inclusion, and they help build relationships. Walking and rolling costumes make the costumes available for kids completely free. A retired Virginia Commonwealth University nurse is helping others look and feel their best. Colette Burke is celebrating and creating these flower-filled portraits, some modeled after hospital patients. She says each colorful piece of art is handcrafted with love. She says she was inspired by her mom, who used to wrap scarves around her head in a way that reminded Colette of a rose.
I think my mom would be very proud right now. When I was doing this, it was like something in the back of my head was telling me everybody was liking my artwork so much that I said, God, I don't know where you're trying to take me to, you know. I knew it was something else there.
She says she's most proud of the pieces she's donated to children at VCU Hospital and to cancer patients.
The painting has about between 80 and 90 objects that produce odor of some kind, mainly flowers.
Art lovers are taking time to stop and smell the roses inside this gallery in Spain. Visitors are using their noses to breathe new life into centuries-old artwork. Digital screens with diffusers are dotted around the exhibit. Curators say because smell can trigger more memories than sight, it's a powerful way to experience art. Historians identified dozens of objects and paintings and worked with a perfume house to get the fragrances just right. Pretty neat. A 9-year-old artist from Germany has been called the young Picasso. His impressive works of art could be found in multiple locations around the country. Michelle Ross met up with him in New York City for his debut.
At only 9 years old, German-born artist Mikhail Akar has created profound pieces of abstract art. One stop on his world tour is here at the Highline 9 Gallery in New York City. His favorite city, he says.
It's really cool here, and all people are here really friendly to me.
His family first discovered his talent after his 4th birthday, when they didn't gift him the suspected Legos or shiny toy cars.
I get a canvas and finger paints, and then on the next day I draw a picture.
And Mikhail's mother came home from work one day and saw the painting and asked the father if the father painted the painting, and he said no. I think this was Mikhail. And they started giving Mikhail more and more canvases, more and more paint, and it kind of took off from there.
He's known in the art community as a young Picasso, but still, his father says he's a normal kid, has many friends his own age, loves to play soccer and instruments. His exhibit is called Colorful New York, and the gallery is honored to have his work on display.
Mikhail has such a kind and compassionate personality. He's so creative, he's such an eloquent speaker, and I think the way that that interplays with art, that's something that a lot of the parents in our neighborhood and a lot of the kids in our neighborhood have been really inspired by.
A milestone birthday in New York coming up. You'll meet the 109-year-old birthday girl. A big celebration for a big birthday in Long Island, New York, turning 109. 4 generations of family got together to celebrate her special day. Miss Pistratella is believed to be the 2nd oldest religious sister in the United States.
Amazing woman. That's the only way to describe her.
Say happy birthday.
Her name is Ursulina.
And we used to call her Aunt
Lee.
Lena.
That's how she got her name.
Hi, Aunt Lee. Hi. Happy birthday. Thank you.
She's 109 today. It's just unbelievable. I mean, I don't know how to explain it.
Say hi, Aunt Lee.
She's in the convent, was it 91 years now?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, 91 years.
It's overwhelming for this 109-year-old dope.
She loves us all. We love her all. She's always praying for us, thank God.
Oh, gee.
She told me about life, that life is worth living every minute, and you gotta pray a lot. She didn't mention it, but she prays a lot.
What is the secret of your longevity? I don't pray. I guess God doesn't want me. Yet.
We're just very blessed to have her in our family.
Happy birthday to you.
She doesn't need a walker to get around. No cane.
No cane.
I don't think she's on any medication. Gets her hair done on a regular basis. They go to church almost every day. At her age, she survived the Spanish flu.
Right, this is her 2nd pandemic.
This is her 2nd pandemic.
Do you remember the Spanish flu? Well, maybe I remembered it when I was a little younger, but I've gotten old now and you forget everything. I really don't feel 109. Maybe it's because I don't want to think I'm so old, and eventually I hope God accepts me.
A very happy birthday. That's all the time we have for today. Have a great rest of your afternoon, everyone.